and welcome back to the current episode of Sippin with Steven. And boy, do we have a treat for you today. To my left is Walter Zausch, who's the owner of Whiskey Thief Distillery and Farm, and he's going to tell us why this is such a must visit for folks who are coming into town, either into Louisville or out to Franklin County. First off, Walter, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I have heard nothing but extraordinary things about your experience, and it prompted me to say I wanted to hear from the horse's mouth as to why folks, when they come into town or they come into Kentucky, why should they stop and visit one, if not both, of your facilities?
Yeah, so a little history, because we're almost better known outside of Kentucky than actually inside Kentucky. We're kind of a hidden secret.
Okay.
There. We're located in Franklin County, not too far from Frankfort, and we're a 13-year-old distillery. Okay. So we've been making whiskey for 13 years. Everything we do is pot distillation, handmade, and then our thing is we really focus on single barrels and single barrel expressions. You can't have the same bourbon twice when you're doing single barrels, and it's all uncut and unfiltered. So we're not proofing it down, we're not filtering it in any way, no chill filter, any of that stuff.
It's literally barrel strength.
You're tasting it the way nature intended.
Oh, that is fantastic.
And then, if that wasn't enough, we use a Whiskey Thief, which is what this is. Hence the name of our Whiskey Thief Distilling Company, named after this tool, which was devised, I don't know, as long as bourbon has been a thing, that would allow people to, by creating a little suction, by putting your thumb over this, you can actually pull the whiskey out of the barrel and then thieve it right into your glass. So that's how we taste out of those barrels when you come to our farm and when you come to our location in Louisville. We'll be thieving right out of barrels into your glass. A little bit of char sometimes gets in there, and so it's it's as authentic as you can possibly have it. We've kind of democratized the barrel pick.
Well, when you have a tool that can be used as a noun or a verb, when you start saying thieving it, that's pretty important stuff, and a very cool experience. What I really like and what I've heard, because I popped into your tasting room down at Nulu, so you kind of have the best of both worlds. You can get conference and convention or business for people visiting town, but people who want to come to the farm that want to get the authentic experience, they really have a couple options. Could you differentiate between the two?
The farm, which is the original place, that's where we make the whiskey, store it. We've got barrel warehouses there that we're aging the bourbon. It's 13 years old, as I mentioned. It's a 127-acre farm in Franklin County. There's some goats and some cows and various farm kinds of things going on there. In addition, we grow our own corn, which we use in our whiskeys and rye and bourbons.
Cool.
And so you can come out to the farm. We have live music there. We've got a food truck that we operate. And so you come and it's open. Relax. One of the big things is because it's a nice big farm and there's plenty of space, we encourage and allow walk-ins. We maintain some of our capacity for tours just for those walk-in customers who are coming to Kentucky and they get here and they're like, you know what, I should do some bourbon while I'm here. And they want to try that out. Then in October, and then the other piece, the other thing to note is we only sell at our location. So you won't find us in distribution.
And that's by design.
That's by design. We can make about 1,000 barrels a year, and everything we do is single barrel. So you'll start to see us at some restaurants and places, but currently in liquor stores, we're not in any distribution, except, as I always joke, we have exclusive distribution rights on that 127 acres right there in Franklin County. To extend that reach to our fans and to kind of grow our fan base, we moved. We opened our tasting room in Louisville, which is in the Nulu neighborhood, downtown Louisville, last October. So not even a full year. And we offer the same kind of experience. So it feels a little bit like the farm, but it's a little more urban, a little more Louisville. We also call it a listening room. So a tasting room and listening room, because we have lots of live music. We have jazz on Thursdays, and we have great bluegrass, kind of a lot of Kentucky artists playing there. And so that's kind of, but you can get the full experience in Louisville just without the goats and the still and the mash and all the stuff.
And it's a way that if people don't have transportation to go to the farm, if they're in for a convention or a conference or whatever it may be, they can get an experience of Whiskey Thief and then make a trip back. So is it fair to say that the only chill that goes on out there is the atmosphere at the farm, is because there's no chill in the whiskey itself?
No, that's right. Yeah, we're not chilling the whiskey.
I was trying to be funny.
Unless it's cold outside, because there's no heating and air conditioning out there at the farm. So if it's chilly outside, you're going to get chilly whiskey.
Well, I will tell you this, as someone who does our group tours and stuff here, whenever there's folks that come in and they're looking for something to do, I send them your all's way because it is an experience that I've heard that is so genuine and unique that it is a must visit. People now have gone to a lot of the distilleries in kind of what I would maybe not call cookie cutter, but a standardized procedure on how you do things. From what I can tell and talking to some of your staff who are fantastic, that is not what you all offer. And that is something that would be very desirable for people who are coming back for a second or third time to Kentucky, is what's something that's different.
Exactly. We're very authentic. What you see is what you get. You all have kind of an all-access pass to see how the whiskey's made, talk to the distillers. If I'm there, talk to me, sign bottles, whatever, and then just really hang out and enjoy. We're on kind of rolling hills. Once you're
very picturesque.
It's only half a mile really off of I-64 at Grafenberg-Lawrenceburg exit, but once you're over the hills and whatever, you feel like you're in the middle of Kentucky.
Right.
And so for people to really enjoy Kentucky firsthand with great bourbon and food and friends.
And music.
Way to go. And music, exactly.
Well, that brings us to the next thing, our next topic. I see this array of just beautifully aligned bottles here that have different colored tops on them, which I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but that tells me that that may be different products that you have. Would you mind telling the viewers what are some of the different offerings that are here in front of us? And then I will have the pleasure of getting to sample one of them as we head on down the road. So don't be jealous. Just come visit.
So because we're single barrel, means, you know, a limited edition product of ours would be about 200, maybe 180 to 200 bottles.
Okay.
Which is what a kind of barrel yields at 5, 6, 7 years. If it goes older than that, there would be fewer bottles, obviously.
Yeah, right.
But we do let you come. We can do flights of these at both locations, so you can try different expressions. But once they're gone, they're gone. And so some of the things, and we do a lot of event-based releases, which are very cool. We got to do, so this one was actually from the Bluegrass Ball, which was held in Washington, D.C. to celebrate this year's inauguration. Every state in the Union has a party before the inauguration, and that was Kentucky's party. We did that one. These are kind of our standard bourbon and rye. We also do a bottled and bond, 100 proof bottled and bond, which is kind of that, if you're looking for that bottle as a gift or to make cocktails or just easy going standard you want to have on your bar all the time, our bottled and bond does that. And and then this one, this is maybe one or two of the very last bottles. That one won platinum at Fred Minnick's Ascot Awards. It also won double gold in San Francisco and Denver. So that one is probably we got a lot of awards from that one, so which is why there's not much left.
Well, there's one bottle here that went through a program we offer at the Fraser called Bourbon Limited, and those bottles flew out after them. Absolutely fantastic. I've got about 2/3 of a bottle in my office, along with the little taster bottle. Absolutely fantastic.
So we're going to your office next.
We are going to my office next. Absolutely. So the packaging is spectacular. The different colors.
And this one, which is the one I think we should taste.
You're the boss.
We did in conjunction with the Kentucky Distillers Association for the anniversary of the Kentucky Bourbon Trail this past year, which was their 25th
when they turned 25
anniversary. And because we're at the
official starting point of the Kentucky Bourbon Trail.
Of the Kentucky Bourbon Trail, exactly. I thought this would be the right one for the occasion.
That would be very apropos and very generous of you to bring that, because it's very synergistic. It brings everything back to where it starts. And I think that would be, and I will give my very unbiased opinion. I always love to give it a good, that smells like a little bit of Kentucky in a glass. Heaven in a bottle.
So as I mentioned, everything's at barrel strength. So it's 119 proof, 59.5% ABV. And it's 6 years old. And the mash bill is 80% corn, 8% rye, and 12% malted barley.
Oh, okay.
So 8812.
So you all provide the mash bill information.
We give as much information.
Some people don't.
Absolutely.
Okay.
No, we want to give you the full biography on everything we do.
I personally love more information. Whether it's something I want to do anything with it about it or not, I just love having more information. I'm a bourbon nerd in that regard. Well, this is what we will do. We will raise a glass to the Kentucky Distillers Association, to Whiskey Thief, to to the Fraser and to anybody coming into Kentucky, whether it be to Frankfort or whether it be to Louisville, Walter, I cannot encourage my viewers and people that know me, whether they admit to it or not, to come by and stop by Whiskey Thief and experience what you all have to offer, because it is nothing but top of the line and spectacular. So let's give this a taste.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers. Oh my goodness. Nothing like a Monday morning lip tingle like that. This is spectacular, my friend.
Kentucky hug.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a good hug. And to all our folks out there, check out Whiskey Thief. And till we see you again, cheers.
Cheers.